All right, and we're back for another episode of the Chameleon Pathless podcast.
Yeah, happy to be back again.
We got a different setting,
Yeah,
a different vibe.
yeah,
We're out in the rice terraces, in
mm,
the rice fields,
yeah,
and we're just kind of hanging out.
yeah. And before we start, maybe you can share how you feel like about like, cause we're definitely like being like so a little bit exploration before we get here.
There was a bit of an exploration. There was basically to get to this restaurant, there's what would you say? It was like 15-minute walk, maybe, not even 15 minutes, through the beautiful rice terraces of Ubud.
But how do we get into this nice trail? Do you remember the entrance of that?
The entrance was a little sketch. But again, I don't know. I've gone places where that is the case, where it's just like a very small sketch alley, and then it turns out to be beautiful, lush rice terraces. So I wasn't super surprised, but yeah, it was slightly dangerous. Um, I heard some people get injured. You said
Yes.
sometimes, but it was okay. We're here, and
Yeah.
we're fully limbed. We're good. We're good to go.
Yeah.
You got scratched up last time you were here, though.
Yeah, that looks pretty bad.
Yeah,
I almost fell into that kind of something like a cliff in the hole.
that's not good.
Yeah, probably stay there with snakes if I really did that bad. Anyway, glad we're here.
Yes, we are
Start
here.
this episode here. Yeah, I mean, it's actually I just when we sit here, I couldn't just stop looking around, see all those. There because definitely I see a lot of the Chinese characters, which I feel is
When you
really
say characters, do you mean like Hanzi, or characters as in like very flamboyant and like a character, like describing a person? Oh, like that person's such a character.
both. I would get
Because
yeah.
there are literal there are Hanzi, there are the Chinese characters that you
Mhm.
drop. There are like Chinese nationality wise characters.
Yeah, let's slowly dive into both. Let's start from the Hans, the
Okay.
characters.
Yes.
Yeah. So as you can see, so first I would yeah. So I remember there are like six characters just right on my right side, like at that
Yep.
corner. So shows
和平之安爱 Ying.
yeah, the English will be happiness, peace, wisdom,
Ability.
tranquility, love, and courage. Wow. That's the I would say it's actually pretty hard to choose one of my favorite character. I
All
mean,
right, so hold
yeah,
on. Why do you think those characters are here?
that's I'm very confused and I'm very curious about that.
I can offer a couple solutions.
Really?
There's two possibilities,
Mm-hmm.
and it's also possible that they understand both the possibilities and they're thinking they're hitting two birds with one stone on this front.
Wow, I love that.
As we kind of alluded to as we opened up, there are definitely Chinese customers here. You can tell they're Chinese. They're like yelling at each other at a very high volume in Chinese. So that's how we know they're Chinese.
Okay, you're
Sorry, but I call it how I see it. It's not
okay.
I love the people, but it's just again when they're abroad, it's very noticeable who they are.
I would say maybe they're very excited. That's the
They're
thing.
super excited. They're
Yeah.
excited to be here. The other possibility, and I think both are true, is that the Chinese characters to the Western clientele hold this like exotic nature. Right.
That
Like it's the same way you see people get Chinese tattoos. And then I tell them they have a great tattoo in Chinese and they look at me like I'm an alien. And they're like, I don't speak Chinese. In that kind of way, right? Like
mm-hmm.
people will either have a shirt that has like characters on it or a tattoo and it has this like exotic type of feel to them.
Yep.
So I think that's what's going on. I think they're appealing both to their Chinese clientele being like, oh, that's cool. Our characters, our culture, our world is here. And
Yep.
also to the Western clientele, it's like this. But
Yeah.
that's just my take.
I mean, you're right, and also also the other thing I noticed is about like I'm not. I mean, before like when I see those characters, the first impression would be, oh, definitely it is for like no a lot of foreigner will try to give like an exotic vibe, and also like they actually did their their homework about finding the specific like I would say like a blissful and fortune meaning from those
Okay, but that wasn't
characters.
they ordered that off like Alibaba. It's not like they made that themselves. It's not like they like it's not like they curated the characters together. They ordered it like on a website or bought it at a market. That's not like homemade, dude.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, sorry. I really saw they like did their.
No, I see that I see that like that exact type of um like setup and font quite often actually. A lot of the restaurants will have those.
Really?
Yeah, it's not just here.
So you'll probably see a lot of this in some of Chinatown, one of the restaurant.
Not even Chinatown, just random places.
Random places. Cool.
Because I think it's also like I think they so another thing about that people might know about Ubud is like it's a yoga capital, right? But it's a yoga capital because some of the foreigners who had come here in the early days, basically, Ubud is the almost like the spiritual capital of Bali Island, right? The Balinese believe Bali is the center of the universe. Ubud is the center of Bali. It's a very important place. A lot of the palaces are here, etc. And so some of the foreigners that came here really, they felt that was really cool and wanted to be near it. Well, they want to be close to the source of wisdom, if you will, right? And some, again, this is how I've never heard this story, or this is how I pretty sure just from putting it all together how it happened is a lot of those people who may have been attracted to this place are also generally attracted to or have explored or are generally knowledgeable about different forms of the quote unquote wisdom of the East, right? And a lot of that will come in the form of pilgrimages, if you will, but trips to India, right? Discovering some of that. And yoga stems from India. And so some of those people must have brought it here. And then basically it became a yoga capital of a sort. However, local Balinese or people in Ubud will very rarely do yoga, and they know it's just for the tourists. And so in the same way you're going to see the Chinese characters, because there's almost this like exotic Eastern feel to it, you'll see the like the character for Om all around, right? This idea it's like for the meditation, etc. But that's not something that Balinese actually do, and it's not an intrinsic part of Balinese Hinduism.
Mm-hmm.
So again, that's why I feel very confident about their motivation to put that up there. But nevertheless, it's still a very enjoyable place to sit and hang out and to speak with you. Very happy to be here.
Me too. And also also speaking of those characters, I mean, again, even if we know that it might be something like you can easily purchase as like a cultural product online, I still feel it's warm to see your own like characters.
This is exactly what I told you. It's working. It's working on you.
Yeah.
It's working on you.
Yeah.
Exactly what I just said. That's why it's there.
Yeah. And also like like why we actually choose to sit here actually because I'm being little bit like superstitious these days because I maybe covered the Lunar New Year. I actually put you at your seat on purpose because I noticed there's like characters behind you. Maybe you couldn't see that right now. You can have a look behind your. I believe it's written on the dressings.
G.
Yeah, lucky.
G. Which is invisible on camera. Yeah, it's right above my head. Thank you.
Yeah, but also what's
kind of you
more funny is about the. Did you notice the English sentence on that?
Could you read it for us?
Okay. Just hope I made it right. It's okay. I would say like it's work like you don't need money. Second is love like you never been hurt. And third is and dance like no one's looking. I would say it is like very
That make you feel
insightful sentences, and I make me feel wow. It is because the moment I see that, I also maybe I see the character first, the G, the Chinese character first. So immediately I related this kind of meaning to some sort of the Chinese philosophy, which I already know, because it's just from my instinct. So those three things, I guess it is. I would say over 85% percentage of things the core meaning are pretty much the same as in those we have in Taoism.
Cool.
Yes.
It's all the
So
same.
yeah, it's all the same, and also that's why I feel like it really worked on me after see this
It
six
did work on
parents.
you.
Yeah,
It did work on you.
and also I feel like it maybe like they choose as you said it is like strong like the yoga culture here, and maybe they put all this kind of the I would say this kind of characters and this small like idiom or sentence will make you like feel it is more like something help you just meditate and try to reflect upon yourself. I guess it's
It's one
actually
way to look at it.
yeah.
Yes.
From my assumption, that's the purpose behind all these behaviors.
But it's also kind of on topic with something we've talked about in the past. Is it's like
Mm-hmm.
what they think you think is a track boat.
Yeah. Oh, it's 100%. You can definitely tell like it is something like the same.
Well, I'm glad it's working on you and you feel warm.
Yeah, and also I feel like even if I knew it is something like design, it is something like canned by people maybe who couldn't read these characters. So I feel like when I see when I saw those characters and this English meaning with them, I still feel like it is at least give me some seconds, some time to like reflect upon myself, try to relate it to those philosophy knowledge I knew before. So yes, I feel very warm and really really appreciate it putting there. I don't know how do you feel when you say that.
Well, it just feels out of place. Yeah, again, the theory that I put forward earlier about why those are there, I think kind of conveys what I think of it. I think it's again appealing to the clientele who are foreigners. So it's like viewing it's their understanding of what they think the foreigners will like. Um, so yeah, but again, it sounds like it's working on you, so that's great.
Okay.
I hope our friends over there are enjoying it. They've seen it and appreciated it as well. I hope it makes them feel warm.
Actually, there is like a funny thing I know from some of my Chinese friends is a lot of time when they're because there's one important reason a lot of Chinese people like travel abroad. Actually, that's the thing I want to share to you today, is because I saw a lot of posts on the red. So a lot of people want to because our people are so crazy about going abroad. So like literally a lot of and we have like a very huge amount of people as you can tell.
It's a huge amount of
Yeah, yeah.
there
So
are
like
24 billion of them.
so like often the time you will see like a lot of Europe people everywhere, literally everywhere. Where is it? US, UK, or some sort of the islands. I mean, Bali is literally like you were seeing like not only Chinese people. I would say Chinese, like especially in the city center.
Have you heard any Shanghainese spoken or seen anyone who's definitely? Were you able to tell that or not? Yeah.
Uh, I can only tell if they're Shanghainese when they speak dialects. I mean,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Have you heard any Shanghainese spoken?
yes, I will hear not that many, but still.
Oh, you have
We're
heard it
in,
at the
but
grocery store, maybe?
no, in the city center. Yeah, and that international supermarket, yes, 100%. And I definitely heard the anxiety about like and complain about all the feel like being so loud, and that's our people. Yeah, again, uh, that's the thing. Like I noticed a lot of the posts and people like start to like complain about we just want to go to a place where is we can truly like immerse ourselves in the place where you can barely see your own people. It's why you feel like, oh, it is the place I should be there. Then everyone think they're smart enough to find a place where there's no people. So therefore, like this year, actually before fewer people will go to the the North Pole or South Pole, right? Like those are Arctic plates. But thanks to those and all people share experience. So this year, people like all people think they probably are the only few people who will choose spend their Chinese New Year there with their families. The thing is, it turned out like so the shots they took, they posted on Red. You hardly recognize it is a place in the North Pole. it literally looks like somewhere you can find in the highway, honestly, like the railway station in China, one of the railway station. It's just full of our people there, and they all look pretty awkward and confused and a little bit mad.
So is this northern Russia?
No, it's like somewhere close to the. I would say it's like, I think that's the kind of the starting point where you want to head out deeper into the North Pole.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's got to be Russian territory.
I don't know, but also the South Pole are the same. There are two.
Regardless, yes.
Yeah, and everyone's like, but what's the purpose? What's the meaning of being here? We just want to like just escape from our people, even if we're to this place.
I mean, it's 20% of the global population, so
yeah, but
difficult to escape.
Yeah, so like a lot of people like under that poll, the people share the experience. Say, you think you're smart? Like, no. I will tell you, like, I go to some like real like nowhere, literally put out the location because on the red you can see the location where they are.
Yes.
And they say like,
trip.
Yeah, and they say like my IP show that there's a literally it's like I've never heard this name before. Probably it's like a nowhere that's really small, tiny island on near, I would say the Pacifics there. And say, you know what? The moment I get there, when I just go to like a random, like I think it's a local restaurant, but I saw it is a pretty local restaurant. When I was feel very happy and calm, I start to eat. When I heard the monster use the dialect, which I knew very well, it's from my own place, 东北话,
Oh no.
and
Oh no.
start to swiping the TikToks and he knew crap. It is the wrong place. I've been there. He said I've been trying so hard. It's not saying like it's bad to meet your people. It's just so shocked that you would literally find your people in this kind of place. And the boss seemed pretty calm, and he said, "Oh, you come here like for fun?" And he's like, "How long have you been here?" About it, "Oh, I've been here for 7 years." When he said, "You're the only Chinese here," he said, not really. There's still like 20 more, And he's like, "No way." So like after seeing all these posts, I started to like think that it is some of the trends, at least from our people's island. People started to realize they did. I mean, we're still like tourists, but somehow people are started to like, at least some of people started to seek for go to those places where they can truly just try to like get away from their own culture contact or the original environment, try to have like a fully immersive experience.
Well, it's a little easier for me. My people, if you will, tend to get out a little less, especially the places that I normally choose to go. There's there's not none here, obviously, but less than compared to other Western nations, if you will. But yeah, I mean, I don't come across too many. I mean, especially just on this side of the world, it's farther in general, right? So like South America, you'll find a lot more. Mexico, but it's just because of the proximity. But I think it's a lot easier for me to have that experience than it is for you. You guys are everywhere.
I can literally hear my people chatting happily over there.
Very happily.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's still warm to see your own people, and also sometimes it is very.
Do you consider them to be your people when you use that phrase, your people?
Okay, just to clarify, as everyone know, like we're a lot of time when we're abroad, our people, yes, I do mention because we're from the same country, like we are. But when you are in China, we definitely
depends on the context.
Depends on the context. Yeah. I probably, if I say our people, it's more about the people from the same city, and also like Shanghainese, like more particularly we.
Yeah, again, no, I'm surprised to hear you use that phrase because you identify them as very clear Northerners. But normally, when you say my people, you're referring to not just people who live in Shanghai, but Shanghainese.
Yes.
It's different. For those who are not aware, those are two very different.
Yes. Yeah. 自己人, yeah, you're right. Right now, like 自己人 can be like it expanded to like
yes.
Yeah. Anyway, like.
Hold on, wait. So this is actually good. So you were talking about the idea of trying to get away from your own people to have the immersive experience, right? And so obviously you have spoken, it's difficult for Chinese people to do that just because they are everywhere. But
Yeah.
why do you think one would want to do that? What do you think some of the benefits of an experience like that would be?
Like bring up. All right, let's go deeper into those
Sure.
questions. Yeah, I feel like because the so the first thing I feel like because still like so first the headache things and the pain point. So I guess it's also like so they have like a two different type of people. One is the people they really enjoy to only go to those places where a lot of where those places are full of their people. I mean the Chinese people because their criteria is if the place is I mean the more the merrier. If the place being full of their own people,
I mean,
that is a great place.
that's a general rule, not just for international travel that I think Chinese have,
Yeah.
like like restaurants.
Yeah, so I would
You never go to an
yeah I would use one or two skill example because from like because my family like especially when I travel with my mom and dad we are more like the second type which I'll mention later. So let's just talk about the first.
you're really not letting that chameleon breathe at all there.
Sorry. So let's talk about the first type of people, which I think is will be like most of the kind of people. Still, I just feel like, especially the older generation, they still prefer this kind of way, and also because according to the I would say the common knowledge from them, they say like if a place like don't have any of their own people, probably like it is not like a good place.
Right.
It's not like a to them. It's not like hidden gem or like undiscovered treasure, but it's more like definitely it will be a bad place. There's no one being there.
Because there are so many that any place that is worth going, there'll likely be Chinese, is what you're saying.
And also so to them like definitely like they will choose the place which they love to see like it's full of their people. Even if somehow they really could I mean I'm very surprised. I mean for me and my mom and my dad, we feel so headache. A lot of time even if we go to really like touristic place, we were just avoid those like top 10 or top 3 places just to get away with the lines and those group of people because we feel a little bit nauseous. We try to go someplace which was
Well, we don't want you to feel nauseous.
yeah, so that's fine. But one of the people we know, they would be like, "You're going to travel, like it's so nice being around with real people, and we can just get in line together. We can chat, make new friends. I mean, it is great if you see from this perspective." And then she said, because everyone is suffering the same situation, which make them feel calm. I say, wow, it is very surprised to know that. Anyway, that's the type of people their character is. Because if the place is full of your people and they all been there, which means you have the higher chance to know like what happened there, and you can share their experience, and which it is a safe choice. And I would say it's also like a smart move for them. You don't need to worry about it because a lot of people been there. So like, we don't have to worry about that. I
But
would.
again, what are the benefits of you being able to experience a new world completely on your own, away from people from your world?
That's the second type of people.
Yes.
So their goal is about to pursue what kind of like super immersive experience, which is to get away with your own people and get out of your your culture context. So like I think the benefits for them first is I would say these people are I would say like they're being before like maybe the place where they stay maybe are in those top tier cities which you were being surrounded by your people and you were being doing like very intensive like environment all day. So obviously you want to get away with that kind of environment and try to search for like a new vibe. I would say most of them will choose go to somewhere, whether it's a countryside or at least less tourists take place. So the first goal is the benefit is to just try to find your own place, find a piece for your own. That's the things they're looking for. So it's the top one benefits, I guess. The second is they I won't say it's a good thing, but they just seem like they just a lot of them also it is for the social media, I guess. It just you see it is I mean we people do like competitions a lot. So like especially the holiday time. So like right now like the social media I will use WeChat as like all right now these two like the probably are the two tops throughout the top those top social
Buttons.
platform for people according to my friend, it is a very important your social card, social profile to the other people, which means you really need to put a lot of the efforts to decorate them. You need to like produce those kind of most of the pictures. So in order to show you are a unique person, have like you have like a higher taste. Sometimes you need to go some places where
Right.
most people won't go there.
Sure.
That's the second benefit for some people from that type.
Yes. But let's talk about the intrinsic benefit of just having the experience and not worrying about social media.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the third. Is that the third
yeah,
benefit?
that's the circle of people in that kind of the type of the traveling. Yes, they're just like probably they won't post a lot of pictures. All they're looking for is for the immersive experience. So they're not worried about that kind of the showing themselves to the others. It's more about experience. So therefore they might just try to go to. I mean, also like their mindsets are different. So I guess a lot of them won't rely on the red notes. They prefer to like ask local and or just wander around those places. A lot of time, so those people actually there before we have some nickname for these people, especially for people who love to like go for those trails, which is not designed actually for the tourists. It's more like a very natural and wild thing. So those people in China, in Mandarin we call them 驴友. So this 驴 is not that character referred to travel 驴, the 驴 referred to the English word the donkey.
Oh,
驴.
yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah, the radical is
That's
horse.
great.
Yeah. So 驴友, those people, I mean, yeah, so like 驴友 will be some people like who's I think in English 驴友 can refer to like backpackers, like they are. I mean, obviously, like they prefer to look for those places where no one been found before. So like their goal is try to like figure out like a new route for themselves or for the others. So they might share some of their posts on the blog or something. So it's still a pretty old fashioned way, but still they love to do that. So they have a large like a community online, or they don't have any community. They just love to do that. Also, they will have a lot of the risk. Some people died.
Well,
Yeah, because especially New York in China, like actually a lot of places that the government have warned people, like especially they warn New York, like don't just put yourself in those dangerous situation.
I can
But
guess what some of those regions are, but yeah,
yeah, especially the mountain area, and
yeah,
they just sometimes they just
border regions, perhaps.
exactly. So there is no so a lot of time they don't have any like local guide, or sometimes they just lack of the food, or they just fall like from the hills or something. It is pretty dangerous. But yeah, I mean,
Or they just get mixed up in communities you don't want to get mixed up in.
yes,
Mixed up in different types of trades that you don't want to get
yes.
mixed up in.
I feel like it is pretty admirable for their like I would say their efforts on trying to like really to like just go for it and try to like figure out like a very unique path for themselves. But still, like I feel like, and also when I every time when I saw this news, and also some people like going to very extreme extent, like they just want to go to they think like somehow like if you to get away with people, and it's so like going to this super dangerous place. Obviously, there's dangerous place. There be no people there. It as a way to like give you like a fully immersive experience. But now I feel like it's actually, I mean, I don't think it is the only way to do that. Even if you are, I was like, even if we are in Uber like super tourist place, still there are a lot of places or spots. Even if it's the same spots, as long as you have different mindset, or you're willing to try to like really think from different perspectives, you can still give yourself like different cultural experience.
Hmm.
Besides than the touristic one. So I feel like still like as we've been travel a lot of different cities, even if we are being like hang out with those uncles in parks in Shanghai.
I'm thinking about the clapping in Yangzhou.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of thing. I
For,
mean,
again, for
province.
the references, we mistakenly found ourselves in the midst of a group of elderly Chinese who do some sort of daily clapping ritual in which they think, and perhaps does, bring them longevity. Which again, like we couldn't have found on the internet. Like it wasn't anything of a red note about it. We just happened to see it. And so those are the kind of things that it's like. It's not even that you have to go to the like a far out place that no one's ever heard of, but even within the regular places that people might go, it's just finding things that again are not going to be in a tourist book because most people aren't attracted to them. But if you have the curiosity for it, then maybe you can go check it out. Like elderly clapping Chinese people.
That's that's the thing, I guess. Thank you for bringing up curiosity. I will say curiosity. Curiosity, it is a very magic tour. If everyone really wants to pursue like a
Very magical.
immersive or unique experience, I would say maybe the first thing you can do is you don't have to like go to the North Pole or South Pole or somewhere you think no one gonna be there. I mean, there will be some
Yeah.
people there.
Yeah.
Like me, if I really want to, like, if I say that I would just go to someone like nowhere, someplace in the other country, I would say like there definitely will be like 40 or 50%, even higher percentage of the chance I will see my people there. But still, I feel like it is still like it won't be something prevent me to like pursue for like unique experience unless we have curiosity, which will enable us to have our own unique perspective.
Yeah.
You can still have your immersive cultural experience, and everything will fall apart in nature. Allows you to start with the curiosity.
That's the attitude.
Yeah, that's the thing I think is that's the thing really make me think about the curiosity was see all the posts. That's why I want to share with you and everyone.
Well, thank you for sharing. And that also reminds me that if there are people who are watching this who might also be curious and like to find new places and like to submerge themselves, if you will, into new cultures and new places and new societies.
Yeah.
There's a place online they can join. It's called the Chameleon Club. Link in the description. It is a group of people who are, most of them living abroad in different places, and they are specifically trying to integrate into local society and sharing some of the difficult parts of that, as well as some of their tips and wins that they've had. So if that sounds interesting to you, it is completely free. Link in the description, and we will we'll await you there.
Yeah.
But it's starting to get super hot, and I'm guessing this walk back through the rice paddies in the sun is not going to be the most. It's not going to be as pleasant as the morning. I'm sure it's going to be relatively pleasant, but we should probably get a move on before the sun continues to get stronger and stronger and stronger.
Yeah,
stronger and stronger.
Yeah, therefore I will also show the other like secret exits.
Oh, there's a secret exit.
Yeah, so we don't have to go way back.
So smart.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye bye.